let me request Director of Banking to submit the documents we prepared as you requested. Yes.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I have a number of documents with me, but I'll go first to the ones that you specifically requested for. The first one, Mr. Chairman, you requested for the payment instructions from Ministry of Finance. And before me, I have the decrypted payment instructions from Ministry of Finance as were received on the day they were sent. 10th September, payment instruction file for roadway, and on it attached,
September,
yes,
24.
yes, decrypted, yes, payment instruction file. That confirmed that money had gone after.
Order. Okay. No, wait. The amount I have seen, but before the amount, there are other words. Do you have a copy so that we can move together? Please get onto the microphone. Now, this payment instruction file, which you have given me, dated from the decrypted file, payment instruction file from Ministry of Finance. When you look at it, it is for payment of USD. How much?
USD 6134,137.75.
Where are you reading that from? Oh, for FTO. What is this? USD 00330005.
That is the account number.
Okay.
Which will be corroborated with the statement that we said units sent to the ministry.
Okay.
Yes.
And it is saying Pay Roadway Company Limited payment for recycling plant systems and machinery.
Correct.
Recycling plant systems and machinery. Okay. With this, how do I know the person who generated this?
Chair, what do you mean by generating?
Who is the author of this? You got this off the system, right?
Yes.
Yes, and I'm asking you, how do I know where it came from?
Okay. Chair, well, we could take you through that process. But some of the things we could say will possibly better be said in camera because of their security, IT security nature. We could, we do not want some of the things to be known everywhere, how we have implemented our IT security. Yes.
Chair, among the documents we are submitting is a report that IT did the first initial investigation, and that should be corroborated with what is in the report.
This?
Yes. Which again, there is an internal audit report which we've also brought.
But Chair,
and other.
Chair, apart from the, I think the Chair's question was, like as we heard that from Bank of Uganda, there's an officer.
Yes.
Called Eunice.
Yes.
I think the Chair is asking, in terms of Minister of Finance, you are presenting a document and he wants you to name the sending person or the authorizing person from the other side of Ministry of Finance? Because
that's what they are saying, that in the IT investigation report, that information is there. Okay, first let's receive the documents first.
Yes.
No? Yes?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chair, I want to thank the team for the information. But Chair, the document we received for instruction from the Minister of Finance, the one received in the morning, it's as if it had a covering letter. The instruction had a covering letter. Somebody was writing to somebody. The one we got in the morning. Then number two, Mr.
Yes.
Chairman.
So what is your question? Because that was the information.
I want us to compare
the covering letter.
The covering letter with that instruction. But also number two, Mr. Chairman, the instruction now is saying the money is for recycling and something. But you are saying the money was meant to service the road, because we want to know what happened.
You see, Honorable Tun.
Chair, what I want now is to compare the information in the instruction.
But you cannot,
the one we got in the morning, since you
cannot compare before you receive. Let's receive
we may be receiving air.
Yes, even air is evidence if it is received as
Chair,
evidence.
I would like to slightly respond to...
Don't respond. Okay. Don't respond. We are moving well. Let us receive the documents first, including air if you have brought it.
Okay.
Yes, Vice Chair.
Yeah, first Councillor Mugisha said that on that document, there's an attachment of the
I have looked at it.
message from the corresponding bank.
What's the message from the corresponding bank? The name of the corresponding bank is Citius?
Okay,
Citibank. Yeah.
Codes.
No, what you are taking me through is examining the documents. Let's first get the documents.
Okay.
Because you may find that, as I said, that this one is explained in the IT report. Let's receive the documents. Yes.
Payment instruction file for 26 September for instructions to pay MJS International.
File for when?
26th. Received on 25th. For the amount of 8,596,800.
8,596.
824.26. Okay. So
Let me get it.
also with an attachment of the SWIFT
Of the SWIFT
payment. Yes.
And it is a payment for, yes, I see MGS. It is payment for what? For reference number, this and that and that.
Yes.
But what does this mean? If someone asked me,
You know,
what was it paying for?
no, it doesn't
Mention.
what it's paying for.
Okay. That one doesn't mention.
So we have a statement, a daily. You asked for the email from Eunice that went to the ministry on that day, and who were copied in that email. We've also attached the statement that was attached to the email, confirming payment. Okay, confirming that the account that is attached was debited at the account which is specified there for the payment to roadway.
Statement.
Yes.
Eunice Kaimakazi. Where is Eunice? How can they call you Kaimakazi? You're not Kakazi. And they should have said Muhima Mukazi when you were still small. Then you would have sworn they did poll. Okay, it is Eunice Kahimakazi to AGO Bank statements at finance. What is
Group email
the group email?
to be
Saying, please find attached statements for September 10th, 2024. Regards, Eunice Kahimakazi.
and we'll open.
And highlighted is the transaction in issue. Payment for recycling systems and machinery. Roadway Company Limited, Yayoi Buncho. Who? This is the one to Japan.
Yes, that's the address.
Okay, Yayoi Buncho. Who? To Japan. Thank you.
Chair, we also have the one for 26th. Also, the same account showing payment to MJS.
26th of
September.
You know, what you will find striking is that here the payment does not mention what is paid for, but it only mentions for reference number AE 300824-ZRS. Of course, then the next is MJS International, Cavendish Square. So this is the one of London.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
So after that incident, Mr. Chairman, the IT team carried out investigations, and we submit the 2 reports for the respective transactions.
Yeah.
One
please
dated
proceed.
15th, or rather one dated 9th, another dated 15th.
Thank you. It has 19 pages. That is the report of 9th October 2024. Was this not Independence Day?
Yes, because
So
the matter was discovered on 8th, so they have to come in and,
they had to work on independence.
yes.
We have also a report of 15th October 24. This is a report on the processing of EFT payment, file number that one. It has, what is the coincidence that they both have 19 pages?
Same format,
the-
Mr. Chairman.
The process is the same.
Okay.
Yes.
After that, the Deputy Governor went ahead and commissioned an internal audit investigation. And so we also have the report by the internal audit department, which we submit. There are some emails on it, but it all shows the whole chronology
So the
of
emails which requested for the investigation, and then the actual report. This is the actual report.
Okay. Alpha. Okay, it has 11 pages. You are going to have occasion to look at all these documents. Mine today is to receive them. Don't even worry about the word source. because they are certified by Bank of Uganda. So for me, my source is Bank of Uganda. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman, we then wrote to Director CID to start the investigation, and we have this letter that I wrote to the CID, Director CID, on 16th October. And accompanied his response.
Okay.
Yes. Mr. Chairman.
The response is dated 17th.
Yes.
It was quite swift, eh?
Yes, because we're also corresponding with our correspondent banks, Citibank, which wanted at that time some kind of evidence to indicate that there was a fraud, so that they could also pursue the matter.
So Citibank was, you worked with the Citibank in both cases?
Yes, it's because the US dollar is our bank account. So I also have...
Yes, the action of Citibank, is that where we are?
Now the action of Citibank is their swift messages, the various. I wanted to submit them as they are.
Yes, as a bundle.
As a bundle, so that, I think, let me just do this. Chair, I give you all this. You can.
Thank you very much.
Indicate it has.
I have them as such. So what I'm going to do is to treat them as a bundle and to give them pages in your presence.
Okay.
So I treat this as 1, 2, 3, page 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Weesiimye mattu oli wa mukisa okukira abalala. Omugugu gw'ebizibu by'ettaka gukutikuddwa. Brand Property Services Limited ku lw'ettaka eritaliiko nkaayana. Ennyumba eziwedde okuzimbibwa wamu n'ez'okupangisa, apartments ez'okupangisa wamu n'okugula mu mawanga ag'enjawulo okuli Uganda, Kenya, Bungereza, Dubai, America wamu ne Canada. Okuddaabiriza ennyumba oba ebizimbe byo, property management n'abasaveya abakugu abataakufere. Twekwate ku nsonga zonna ezekuusa ku by'ettaka nga kw'otadde n'okugobera ku kyapa kyo. Kati pazo y'eby'ettaka ebadde kukaluubiriza egonjoddwa bw'okwataganye naffe. Tukubire ku noti 703 824 noti 79 oba noti 773 26 580 noti, oba otusange ku MT House omwaliiro ogusooka room 5 ewazana ku Entebbe Road okuliraana ekizimbe kya Muguluma Empire. Tukyalireko ne ku website yaffe www.brandpro.co.ug. Brand Pro Property Services Limited, tutuukiriza birooto.
22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, NH 29 30 31 32 33 This is blank. 34 because it has writing 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 Yes.
Yes, Chair. Chair, we've also been given by the Deputy Governor the correspondences he's had with the PSST and with the Minister of Finance regarding this matter. And among these is where he categorically states that our systems were not hacked or compromised in any manner. That's a letter to the Minister dated 13th December 2024. Yes, PSST and
These are two letters.
Okay. 11th October 24 from the Office of Deputy Governor, and 15th October 24 then letter of November 12th 24 Then you have another one of 15th December
13th.
December 24. Okay, they are all captured.
Chair, will also submit correspondence with Financial Intelligence Authority from the time this incident came to light to date.
So we have one is 24th October 24 to Deputy Governor. Number 2 to ED FIA.
Okay, yeah, send it me later.
Again to ED Wandera on 15th November 24. Transaction among the bundle documents. Someone
was right.
offering, volunteering assistance. That is clear?
That is clear.
It's clear. That's clear.
Not really clear should have been the one for the markets.
So, Chair, we have this.
Chair, we have this.
Yes.
This is what Deputy Governor has signed, basically indicating the documents we have handed over.
My
Yes. So we have it in duplicate. we want to receive that acknowledgement of the receipt.
I was looking at the debits,
You see?
yet it should be now a credit.
Return of payments. INF 99185. Transactions. I see some name. Those are the beneficiaries.
Yes.
Because here, where I see Joseph Anoma, the principal Uganda, that is the statement detail, says Uganda principal and interest payment for ADF due, and that one, African Development Bank, ADF, RUE. Now I see Joseph Anoma. Who is Joseph Anoma in ADB?
We would ask to ask finance.
Those are people there, references. International Fund for Agriculture, Paolo D. Dono. Paolo D. Dono. When I come to this particular one, return of payment, okay, partial amount secured on transaction, Thomas International, less check, which is $30. Is this dollars? Yes,
Yes.
$30. These are the costs.
These are charges.
Those are charges. These are payments going there. This one is a return.
Yes, it is on this other side, a credit. So they,
I have seen it. Yes, okay. This, what statement is this? It shows credit and debit.
yes, it's a bank statement
It's a bank statement.
for the account
Oh,
owned by the.
by finance.
Finance.
Minister of Finance.
Yes.
Thank you. Do you have the original? So this one we are returning to them?
No,
No, I'm
that-
saying.
it is a scanned.
Oh.
So it's,
No, I'm saying, no, I'm talking about this one, which forwarded.
we've received.
Or you have given theirs. Okay. Madam Kahimakazi. Get the microphone. What is your designation at Bank of Uganda?
Chair.
Principal Banking Officer.
Yes, Chair.
And what are your duties as Principal Banking Officer?
I send daily statements to Minister of Finance, to some staff of Minister of Finance in the Accountant General's office.
Which statements? We said daily statements.
Daily,
Indicating what?
daily meaning that it is something that I do on a daily basis. Like
Which statements? What kind of statements?
their system, there are statements that the system generates. So
These indicate how much has come into the account of Minister of Finance, right? And how much has gone out?
Minister of Finance owns many accounts at Bank of Uganda, but there are particular accounts that they requested that we issue every day. So those are the ones that I send on a daily basis. So like today, I send yesterday's transactions, whatever transactions have happened on those particular accounts. That's what I send.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, with respect to the transaction in issue,
Yes, Chair.
which I'm sure you have been briefed, you know what we are talking about,
Yes, Chair.
and that you have followed as you were going through the issues this afternoon since you came in.
Yes, Chair.
What was your role?
Mr. Chairman, I did what I always do on a daily basis. When I arrived, I logged onto my computer and then I downloaded the statement and sent to the specified people in the Ministry of Finance.
Who are those specified people?
I don't know the names, but it is a group of staff in the Accountant General's office because when I'm sending the statements, it reads AGO, so there are a number of staff, so it doesn't open on our side to specify AGO in short.
Okay.
It doesn't specify the people under, but one under name that is there is Waswa Martin. So those are the people I sent to.
One person you know is Waswa Martin.
Because that one, it is specified.
Did you send any document to Waswa Martin in relation to these two transactions?
No, I sent that only the daily statements, Mr. Chair.
You sent all the daily statements?
Yes, sir.
Okay, which date are we talking about when you sent this?
11th and 27th September, sir.
So on these particular dates you sent to the group or to particular?
Abalungi abatuuliriza era abatulaba olunaku olwaleero tuchaddeko ewa Sheikh Asiraf Dembe.
Sebo sanyusa okubalaba amannya agange Seeka Asiraf Dembe akola ku bizibu by'enjawulo. Omuntu singa aba alina ebirwadde musomereddwa tunywa amazzi ga lukuya nga bw'obadde ogalaba tugenda abantu ku kyoto ne twokya emizimu emibi egibabaamu n'okulombeddwa abantu singa abeera ng'ali wano atuuse sobola okumulombereddwa ne waba atatuuse nga mpadde amannya gene ng'ali wala neetaase ennamba yange yeeno eri 0707363711 nammwe bannyinaffe abali ebweru oyagala okuba nti oyagala okulombera ku ddwa ng'olina ebizibu viza zibuze amaka gakolongotana sente zikola zimpita mu ngalo ojja kumpeereza ekifaananyi kyo n'amannya go ebyo byokka bijja kummala nja kukulombera edduwa ojja kutereera olunaku olusembayo mu mwezi mba n'edduwa ey'awamu ffenna n'abalwadde bange abakadde n'abapya. Salaamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
What were they indicating? What were they indicating that you had made payments to these two companies?
Mr. Chair, that is not my duty. Actually, whatever the system provides is what I send. I don't even know the details of the transactions. Because me, I'm in charge of the customer service desk at Bank of Uganda. So
you know there is a professor in this country who said I'm carrying, but I also don't know what I'm carrying.
No, it's, Mr. Chair, it's not my duty to analyze the payments that are...
So for you, whatever you download, you send.
Whatever the system gives me is what I send.
On this particular occasion, these two particular dates, you sent after the payment had been effected.
Yes, because I don't, I send the previous day's transactions. Yeah, like if it is today, I send yesterday's transactions.
So who effects payment? We are talking about 11th, meaning that the payment had been effected on.
Chicha.
Yes, you may come in. Yeah.
Well,
you are the lead witness.
Well, Chair, essentially what happens that once we get the file, which we did on the 10th, then the systems automatically start the processing. But remember, we have the 48-hour window within which we are collaborating with finance to ensure that if there is any issue that needs to be addressed, it is addressed before the payment is effected. The payment will only be effected after 2 days. Yes. So when she's talking of the 11th, that is still collaboration. It has not yet been effected. The settlement hasn't happened.
Because this is now the second day, the first day actually.
Yes.
On day 2, if day 2 elapses,
the settlement is done. Payment is done.
And if they respond and say no?
On day 2?
Yes, or even on day 1.
On day 1, then we carry out whatever we need to do.
What do you carry out?
Instructions. It depends on what they tell us. For instance, say, please hold this payment. Then we will hold the payment.
How do you hold the payment? Because it is automated. I thought then that's where the human intervention comes in.
The human intervention only comes in when you need to interfere. in the process, to interact with the process.
Yes, that one is correct. But I'm also looking at a situation where there is no response.
That one, it just continues. The process continues.
If this, when they send you, the computer will send without you doing anything.
Yes.
In other words, they are the ones operating their account. You have no role unless they, unless, why does it go through you then?
What I need to say is that there are certain processes that are run. And I think the end of the processes, I think we need to qualify the end of the process where what we call the handoff happens. I will request
Chair.
Through you, Chair, to explain. Okay, let me just bridge it to go through the end of the process because it's related to what Chair is asking.
You need to move closer to the microphone because.
But Chair, as she comes, part of my prayers, which you allowed, was for Bank of Uganda to avail us a list, the staff list and their roles. Because now, this argument of a computer system, personally, I don't buy it. It is impossible that these people do nothing. And Eunice was trying to reveal some realities of human involvement, because he's insisting on a computer. What is the role of staff then? And these are substantive transactions. I think we are being taken for a ride. My thinking is, if we could allow Eunice to answer the last question you asked about the clearances, because she has been in correspondence. And at one point she mentioned the one called the Waswa Martin, then the staff group. I also don't buy the idea that she doesn't know the people. It is impossible. How can you be in the Bank of Uganda and you don't know the people on the other respective end? You just send in a vacuum. That is taking us for a ride. Sure. These people are known. And when if you are being honest and truthful, you reveal that for them they will say they send to you, this one is received by this. And that's why that goes back to Chair, my request of yesterday, the staff list and their roles, which hasn't been presented. Because we can go through and ask, why didn't they, what are they doing in Bank of Uganda if they have no role? Similarly, she could conclude her narrative by answering your last question. Yes, she's forwarding to who, and then who, because those questions were flowing. At least she said in the general group.
Yes, which is their names under AGO.
Okay, which are those names?
No, I don't know the names. Those ones are known by the finance because they are staff of Ministry of Finance.
Okay. And essentially, the concept of a group email, the membership to that group email will only be known by the entity that has created it. So we cannot, as ourselves, we cannot authoritatively tell you who is that group email. That group email is owned by the ministry. So they will tell you that these are the people we have under this group. If it's a group email on the side of BOU, I will tell you because I maintain that group email. So that's why she doesn't know.
But the question was, in terms of who authorized the payment, it doesn't come with the words or figures alone. I presuppose it is authorized somewhere down before she acts. Because can I send you a mail also that you forward this anywhere? It must have an origin, apart from having the title, this is the mail. But who is behind the email, that particular email that was shared amongst the many from the other side?
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman, see, it is getting important.
Because you cannot tell me that the mail comes with no issuer, because there must be some name down there, the authorization, even if it was by email. It cannot be just a virtual email, just because it is from that same a particular address, and you don't give attention to details. Then that is absconding and being negligent on duty. We are investigating a loss, and the loss appears to have happened amidst the virtual transactions. But you cannot you can't disclose who was involved. Then we are right to say, then it is you. If the other side is saying they sent this, it is your duty to disclose that
In
actually.
effect, what the honourable member is whatever the circumstances and whatever the grouping etc. Even on the group email, when I send an email and I'm part of the group, you will be able to know who has sent the email. It cannot be anonymous. Would you want to respond to that?
Mr. Chairman, who sent the email from our side is known.
Yes.
She sent this email to a group email which is validated by finance and our IT that it's truly from finance. We have given the email. Mr. Chairman, let the committee task finance to give the names behind the email.
Chair, before you rule on him, I want to assist them, finance here today. They are very documents, not only referring to email. They are very documents alleging or claiming or asserting that for them, what they sent for payment is a different company. And they even mentioned the company. We even put them again on the microphone. I think some of you were here. You were saying for us we sent payment for IDF. They clearly enumerated who and their instructions. You are saying you received it by email. It is now upon you, because the instruction they are saying they sent are different from what you are saying you paid. And that's why the immediate question would be, if you received different instructions, be it virtual or written, it was from who amongst the many? Because for them, as a group, they are saying whatever they sent is different. They even availed some documents in writing.
Sure.
And once you fail to substantiate your source of instruction, it remains that whatever happened was from your side.
Okay. I think before Deputy Chair comes in, let's allow from their perspective. Probably the reason we haven't understood it, I'm not disagreeing with you. I have only failed to understand specific aspects of your explanation. Probably when we give you an opportunity to explain, we will be able to understand. Now, being able to understand and accepting or agreeing are two different things. Please tell us, how on earth would you say on this email you are not able to identify this is so and so? Probably it could be the design of the nature of your mailing system. What would be the purpose? Because even that one would be suspicious.
Let me request Director IT Operations to elaborate on that, Chair. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chair. Chair, our mechanism for transfer of files from Ministry of Finance to Bank of Uganda. So we have a system called the Managed File Transfer system. And what happens here is that that Managed File Transfer system polls the Ministry of Finance server. Now there, it will pick the file. Now once it picks that payment file, it performs checks for correctness in terms of date, the file name, file format, the digital signature we talked about in the morning, and the encryption, and then stores.
Even when it is a digital signature, I must know the owner. Not so?
Yes.
Now, that is where I'm demanding. I don't know, I don't know whether it is here.
Chair, I think we may even need to inspect those systems.
Don't worry.
Because these people.
No, not because these people, but because we want to be sure.
Chair.
Now I want to know, with the digital system, with the digital signature, that digital signature is owned, right? At least from the group, there is somebody who owns that digital signature upon which you act. Am I lying?
No, Chair.
Good. Now let us not go into circles. These particular transactions are true. Correct? Are there people whose digital signatures you know? that were relied on before you effected payment. Because this is an era of IT, including hacking. Not everything that comes on your computer is genuine or may be genuine. In a matter, especially involving huge sums of money, prudence requires that when something pops in, you verify. In fact, what was it? Bank of England versus Fagliano Brothers. Mwadankunyingi, you are the young lawyers who still remember these things. Where court said that a man of a suspicious character cannot receive payment of a check across the counter. You go back and verify. I belong to groups or companies which transact with banks. If one of my partners or co-directors goes with a check, the bank retreats a bit, calls the other directors and says, I have a check here for this much. Would you confirm its authenticity? They do it. Now for you, because there is a group, would that be reason enough for you not to verify who in the group? Supposing one in the group is the fraudster. Now I want to know whose digital signature or signatures was or were relied on in these particular two transactions. By the way, if I get that, I can even close this meeting.
And Chair, I think you may even to invoke the rules. The rules. If this is not a
See, don't make that ruling.
Yeah, making a prayer.
Because
if you will, they must know.
Let them answer.
Chair,
as you talk of invoking the rules, I have already invoked the rules. Even sitting here and asking them questions, we invoked the rules. Deputy Chair.
Chair, as they come in,
okay,
can we, as Eunice said that she downloads statements. Can we get the downloaded statements for that particular date?
Some of them, these are the ones that have
been. The ones.
We have handed them over.
Okay.
Honorable Tracy J. Tungo.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Deputy Governor, Bank of Uganda, was making a submission, and he was saying that the money which was stolen was meant for servicing the loan.
Yes.
They have now presented a document that they got instructions that this money is meant for recycling. What do we take now? That is question number one, Mr. Chairman. You clarify.
I will not even allow them to answer it. Why? For them, they have relied on their the ministry, because the ministry has presented its documents. Which documents are talking about servicing our obligation. Bank of Uganda Deputy Governor was not saying that the ones for servicing are the ones they receive. Governor of Bank of Uganda and team have maintained that for us the documents we know that we receive are these ones which are now talking about. One is recycling, the other one is not indicating the purpose.
Okay.
And I thought the question you were going to ask me.
Now, Chair, if that is the case,
yes.
Can we have them on record? Did you receive, Chair, there is another document in the morning, because I have not gotten a chance. The one where they are giving them instructions to pay. Did you receive that instruction?
What?
Chair, Minister of Finance gave a document of instructions to Bank of Uganda to pay. So I want to know if they received that instruction.
Let me ask. Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I think the challenge we have right now is that we've not accessed the documents that have been submitted, right from Ministry of Finance and even these ones from bank. So we are talking from an informed point of view, because one would want to understand the kind of documents that have submitted. That would actually inform our minds. Then we could be able to, I think, to ask questions that could really benefit the proceedings. But for now, I don't know, because if finance submitted documents today, this morning, it's good you were here. They submitted documents saying, for us, these were our instructions. What I would want to know, whether you received those documents or not.
I think the last one is
Okay.
the documents are only going to is talking about instructions. We need to narrow it down back onto the regular that we're talking about two specific payments. One to IDA, the second to ADA. That is what Bank of Uganda, I mean, based on an answer. There are two payments in issue. One, and from the perspective of Minister of Finance, saying one, we issued instructions to pay IDF, ADF, and IDA for servicing, debt servicing. Bank of Uganda is saying, for us, we received instructions to pay roadway and IMJ, right? Roadway and IMJ. For roadway, is for recycling plant.
No,
IMJ
no, no, Mr. Chairman.
is
No,
MJS International.
no, Mr.
But
Chairman.
they only made reference to some numbers, reference this. And that I will have a question there of, again, of prudence, where in one payment, they even indicate the reason for paying. You gave commercial banks instructions that when I'm directing the bank to pay so and so, I must state the reason. Now for you, you have acted on instructions to pay, is it $8 million? You have received instructions to pay $8 million for an unspecified reason from a group email. Oh,
No.
it is not from a group email. Good.
No, it's not.
I think that then it takes
No, it's
from
not.
the system.
I would
Chair.
like to answer.
Wait, you're going to answer it now. Wait, I think we are getting to where we want to be. Who in Ministry of Finance instructed you to pay to these two companies? So if I drive you now, or if we walked, because they are not far, and I brought all the staff of Ministry of Finance, now to simplify it like any other ordinary Msoga man, we get there, they introduce all their staff, and I ask you, who of these instructed you to pay? Would you show me somebody?
The Accountant General, Mr. Chairman. But, Chair, I wanted to correct an impression that was created in the morning.
Yes.
Minister of Finance saying they were...
There was an answer I started with.
No, let him...
After your question,
Don't
he
interfere
mentioned
with
the
it.
Accountant General.
Don't
I
interfere
think
here.
it was answering you. He was referring to that individual.
No, he was saying Accountant General as a system.
No. He started with the Accountant General. I think that's what he meant.
Yes, yes, because...
He's the one who instructed you to pay.
Yes.
So, Tia, that is very important.
So, the impression that was created was that there was a letter written to Bank of Uganda with an attachment of who to pay. That is what was presented. But the fact is, that letter, when you look at it, is generated after we've started this back and forth. We're telling them told us to pay roadway.
Actually, that's not the impression I got.
Yes.
I don't know whether it is encrypted in your mind
Chair.
or somebody else. There is no letter which attaches an instruction, or in where it is an instruction in itself, saying pay this. No.
No.
I am only asking you to tell me, before you paid, now that you're talking about Accountant General and his system, because the Deputy Governor made reference to that, and I'm now back to you.
Yes.
Director Banking.
Yes.
I remember yesterday the Governor told us, I am not in the banking section. So I now have the banking section.
Yes.
You. Tell me, who told you to pay roadway? Who told you to pay IMJ? MJS. And for what? And tell me, even from the documents you have given me, which I can return to you and you show me, who told you to pay these two companies?
Mr. Chairman, I think we'll spend the whole day talking about files coming in through the system.
No,
But
No,
the one,
honorable members,
the one who instructed
honorable
us
members,
to pay
let him answer.
is the Accountant General, like he does all the time when they send in a file for payment.
Yes, from what we have discussed since yesterday,
Yes.
from both you and the Accountant General, the person you're referring to being Accountant General said, me and my system, my people, we have asked Bank of Uganda to pay on our behalf, but not to these two companies. Okay? I'm only looking for this thing called the prudence. I am not only talking to a banker, I am talking to the chief banker of the nation. Honorable Mzale, please take your seat. Yeah, it is during Christmas season. It is during Christmas season that I'm asking you to take your seat. You have not requested for it. That liberty is restricted. Yeah. You will ask me to pay you. The point I am making is the chief banker quotes the system for me and says the system told me to pay roadway. I'm asking who?
Chair, let me, if you will.
Yes.
The question you are asking requires us to go to detail on how the two systems in finance and Bank of Uganda work, interface. And those details, I would request, Chair, that we share them in camera.
Okay.
Because most of the questions that are coming through is because
in other words,
we
you're telling
need to
me
appreciate that system.
If I allow you to submit in camera,
yes,
I will know who instructed you.
You will know who instructed us, and you will know the whole process.
I don't even want to know the process, by the way. Kayondo, you're stepping from the jurisdiction.
Chair, if you hear the questions coming through,
yes. We already have an answer on record. We asked him who authorized you.
Once
he said,
you have that one,
the Accountant General.
Why are you stopping me from probing to know
the
person we are talking about? You see,
I'm in agreement.
2 days.
I'm in agreement, only that I wanted him to conclude his point of the Accountant General, because he also asked which digital stamp. I wanted him to answer it is for Accountant General.
I am guiding you. Let's first deal with the question of in camera. Okay?
See, these are public funds.
No,
which got lost.
Why do the rules allow us
and
the
rules
in camera as an exception?
The rules allow Parliament to be open.
To be?
Parliamentary proceedings.
Yes.
Must be open to the public.
Okay, you read for me the rule you're talking about.
Yes, send the rules.
You can even open for him.
These people have nothing to hide. The money is already lost.
Okay, the reason I'm asking, let me give the reason why. The detail concerns the IT security of the central bank. I don't think that is information you want to be known
The IT
by everybody.
security
Yes,
of the
the
center.
various controls that we have put in place. I don't think that information you want to be known publicly.
Okay.
That will expose our IT systems.
There,
Okay.
in terms of their IT security, they have a right to, through you.
Privacy.
Yeah, but when it comes to us inquiring who authorized you, let them tell us from here.
You see,
we can now go to the details.
Mwada, let's listen first. Let me hear the other colleagues.
Honorable Okunyizza, for one reason. For us, we are not interested in knowing the process. Our interest is one. Who authorized you? That's what you want.
Okay.
We don't want a lot.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Don't worry.
Mr. Chairman, why this Yakahimakazi is here is because her name was mentioned in the morning that she was in charge of something. That's why they said she should come in the afternoon. So as my colleagues are saying, we don't want to know how your system works. Actually, if your system was working, you would have gotten a thief by now. But your system is not working. So what do? You just tell us the name of...
May be working slowly.
I don't know. Give us the name of Nyakahimakazi. We shall call her here and she'll give us an answer.
Let's do it this way.
Uganda Eyenkya